All right, guys, welcome to the show. It's episode 4. You've been here a while. You know what we do. We review AEW. So, this episode, we're going to hit the reviews from Cage Match first because we're trying to get a formula on how we do this every week. Last week, it got a 7.34, which is not bad. 7 out of 10, 70%, not too bad. This week, they gave it an 8.19, so steadily improving on the ratings of Cage Match. I don't agree at all, but we'll talk about it as we get into it. Ted, what are your thoughts on the episode before we get into the meat of this?
I thought it was better than last week.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I thought last week had a lot of things that we could dig into and enjoy. A lot more than I did this week. The back half of the show, much better than the first half of the show. It might also be because I'm biased and I really don't care about tag team matches that I know who's going to
Well,
win.
that's
And
what
that's
it
an
is.
issue. That's on
That's
me.
what it is. Yeah.
So
You're not
that's on
objective.
me.
I'm an objective journalist. See.
See, I'm not. I'm like a hometown journalist. I write for the Pacers. I
You're
root
not
for the
even a
Pacers.
hometown
You know what I
journalist.
mean?
You,
I'm
you're
a,
you're you're an analyst for Fox News. Okay. You're totally biased.
yeah, that's probably true. I don't know if I would call myself a Fox analyst. I wouldn't go that
Yeah.
far.
Just call you Captain instead of Captain Sean Dean. I know you want to be called Captain. Just call you Captain Sean Hannity.
Oh no, I don't want to be Sean Hannity, and I don't want to be Tucker Carlson. Two guys that I would love to avoid being in my life if I could. So we start this out with the Lucha Brothers versus Private Party. This was a spot filled match. My problem is, I guess, is the last time we saw the Lucha Brothers, it was just such a good match that it's hard for me to follow. And that's probably the problem with watching these right next to each other like we do, is sometimes you realize how many times people are getting put in bangers, and sometimes the bangers just don't equal out. I feel the same way. We'll get to it later, but the Joey Janela Kenny match, it feels like we've seen both of them have crazy matches. And while this match was really good, it just felt like for me, I don't know if I ever felt like I did last week. Like, and now we're seeing Penta flourish, but like last week, it felt like a much better version of what we got. And it could be because it's Private Party, you know what I mean? I don't want to do that to them. But like it felt to me, and this is the highest rated match on the whole card on Cage Match. They gave this a 8 out of 10, higher than anything else all night, which is insane to me because I do not think this is the best thing that happened all night by any means.
But you got to remember, put yourself back in that year. And there's no real decent tag team wrestling. Some of this stuff, and all people have had for almost 2 decades, is WWE.
Right.
So
That's
they're
true.
watching this. When you watch this from a fresh set of eyes, you're like, oh my goodness.
I've never seen nothing like this. That makes complete sense. And if that's the way it
Yeah.
is, I guess it comes to being a biased journalist again, having seen so much AEW now. Ooh, excuse me. Having seen so much AEW now, we're kind of at a place where it's like commonplace to see the amount of spots
Right.
that Private Party were putting on.
But,
And while they were
but,
doing stuff that I've been like, holy shit, I've never, that's pretty new. It's
but,
stuff that
but
we've seen
see,
now.
the whole thing I took away, because I knew what to expect from seeing them this many years. But what I loved was JR at the beginning of it. You know, you was talking about spot heavy fest. He was like, and I wrote this down. He said, there's a lot of big moves, but someone has to finish and end this match.
Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and vote him as the star of this whole episode. I got
Well,
several things that he said out of this
well,
match. Every single
so,
match, I was like, I can't just keep writing down JR quotes and that be the
well,
whole podcast. Like,
I've got that. That was a lot of me. He was like, then he was, so Tony and Excalibur had to explain to him that basically there's no tags in Lucha. You just come in when you want. And JR said, well, that don't make any sense to me, and just about every tag match here in the beginning, if you listen carefully, at least one time somewhere in the show, he'll say, well, who's the legal man? Who's the legal
It's
human right?
just trying to figure it out. It's so funny. I think there couldn't be a funnier, not funny guy. Like he's really, really not trying to be funny, but he is so
No,
funny. And there is a
and
line in this episode that I think goes down in one of the greatest lines in wrestling history. Came from JR in this episode, and I'll get to it when we get to the spot. But later on in the episode, wonderful, wonderful read from JR, where he just perfectly encapsulates the moment with one of the greatest reads of a line I've ever heard.
yeah,
And he's just so good, dude. Like, I don't care how many strokes he has. I don't care if he shouldn't be on TV. I don't care if he falls down. If he wants to come out, send that boy to the chair. He can go on
yeah,
out and get and do whatever he wants. I don't care how old he is. There's no amount of JR that is too much JR for me. Never. Not today, not tomorrow. He could be 99. Wheel him out, let him do some commentary because they'll find a way to make it good. He's so good,
oh yeah,
dude.
oh yeah. But as the match, like I said, it was what I expected. I did like seeing the uh heel Penta doing the arm breaker, which he
Yeah.
did some there in AEW at the beginning. So I did like that. But
Wonderful, wonderful move too. Like that is I was
yeah,
thinking about that when I watched the match. Like there is a feeling of realness to that move that is just so unheard of in wrestling. Like there's something that feels so vicious
yeah,
about that. And there isn't a lot of wrestling moves that make me feel that way. You know what I
no,
mean? Like it's a very short list of things that I'd be like, please don't do that to me. Please don't
yeah,
break my
yeah,
arm. I'm perfectly fine. I don't want any part of it. And he's just, it's incredible how long he bounced around before he was the star of a major company by himself. Like it's insane
oh
how
yeah,
long it took for them to realize that he should have been a star by himself in AEW, I think. And I know we're playing Monday morning quarterback at this point because of what he's doing now. But he should. It feels like he should be a star right now, or I mean, he should have been a star at this point in AEW. It's he's so good. But
yeah.
like I said, I guess I had more of a problem from them starting this with two tag matches back to back. So I not only I like this match. We get into the second match, and I'm kind of fatigued a little bit, where I'm like, like maybe
Well,
divvy him up a little bit.
the second one again. We're doing the tag tournament to try to get the. We're trying to emphasize the tag team, but SCU are over.
Yeah,
Again, I don't know
yeah.
what ends up.
Also, is
Stu
there?
Grant,
I
you
don't
know.
know a lot of this episode who the faces and who the heels are. Like,
Well, the Dark Order are the heels.
well, I mean, like at this one, like SCU, like they're the Dark Order of the heels for sure, but later they become faces, right? So that's muddled.
Well,
Later
no,
on, we
it's a
have
while. Well, now it's a while before they get there because we've still got to get Brody Lee in. Brody Lee was a heel. It's a while before they get
okay, so we
faces.
got a good 2 years before they
Yeah,
become
the
faces. I had the same
basically,
I had the same
you know,
problem with I had the same problem with Moxley and Pac. It's like which one of these dudes are the bad guy? You know what I mean? Like it's the same
right,
thing with Kenny or with the Bucks and the Best Friends. They're both faces. Like there's a bunch of matches in this night that it's like
yeah,
who's the face? Who's the heel?
but
And like we've talked a lot about somebody's got to be the face and somebody's got to be the heel,
right,
especially when there's no reason for them to be fighting. It's different when it's like in a tournament format. Like that makes
right.
sense that we'd have, a face and a face wrestling in tournament format. But why are the Bucks wrestling a face? It's a tag team, you know what I mean? I don't understand. They don't have any heel tag teams yet?
Well,
Or
the Lucha Brothers are heels.
yeah, but they're in the tournament, so I guess that kind of makes them
Dark
busy, right?
Order is heel. Right, Dark
Right.
Order is heel.
Tournament again
The
though. So I guess you probably don't have 4 or 5 tag teams on retainer right now that are just waiting around either. So that might also be why you would
right.
book Best Friends versus the Bucks because you don't have another
Well,
one that's not involved already.
but then the best friends were playing situational heel.
Yeah, well, kind of, right? I mean, is that what that was? Is that situational
Yeah,
heel? It just felt like
because you got to see heel Orange Cassidy knock Nick Jackson off the top rope. Interference
yeah, you're right.
from
So I guess in
you
that
know.
aspect, that would make best friends the heels, which is crazy because when you think about
Yes,
them of the over the lexicon of AEW, almost never been heels. Like I thought of Orange Cassidy as a lifetime face, to be honest. When we did that
but
list
so
of
yeah,
people that have,
that's the closest you really get to Orange Cassidy heel. But still,
that's
he was
something
cheating.
though, and that's worth
Yes,
the price of admission right there to get to
yeah,
see the
and
little
again that
slither of heel Orange Cassidy.
right. And then my favorite part of the match again, Jr. was talking about the tag rope and how back in Houston they would use the tag rope, and that's why it's called the tag rope because you're supposed to hang on to it until you tag.
Not in this company, buddy. We make our own rules.
Unless you're FTR, unless you're because they'll show you they're holding the tag rope.
Yep. They're just old souls. That's all that is.
They're
They
old
just want
school.
the old souls. They want to play by the rules.
Yeah.
So after we got this tag match, which SCU won, and we kind of knew where we. The problem is we looked ahead and we already know who the inaugural tag team champions are. So SCU won. After that, we get Kenny and Janela,
Oh,
and
let's don't forget also here at the beginning the Wardlow vignette.
oh, I almost forgot. Okay, so Wardlow is coming.
Yeah.
Um, this is like the same vignette they did for American Gladiators before they brought him out, which I really, really like that they're just recycling things. Like he's just
Yeah.
working out and breathing heavy, like he doesn't know he's forgotten how to breathe. Um,
Yeah.
when are we getting him back? Like, what's the plan? Is he out again?
I don't know.
I don't. He's been pretty good at American Gladiators. I've been watching it every once in a while. I'll get bored of all the shows I'm watching, and I'll just throw on
Yeah.
American Gladiators to watch. Um, it's made me want to bring Way or Boogs into the AEW. I don't know if you
No.
remember Boogs.
Yes, I do.
The
No.
dude's
No.
he's a
No.
personality. All I'm saying, he's a
No.
personality.
No.
You can't teach that.
No.
You can't teach
No.
that. It's not
No.
possible.
No.
I'm just saying, Ring of Honor could use another
No.
wrestler.
No.
So Wardlow is coming though. We don't know
Yeah.
when he's coming. He's coming. Does he come in straight up as MJF's bodyguard?
Yeah, pretty much because at the beginning he's doing basically the solo. Well, he done it first, but the solo Sokoa, he just makes faces. He don't really
Yeah.
talk. You know. So yeah.
His gimmick in American Gladiators is his name is Fang, and he howls, and he doesn't really talk there either. He just goes
Yeah.
"Howl," or he just barks and
Okay.
stuff. And
So maybe he's going to come back and be part of the dogs.
I hope that he comes out as Fang. I hope he ditches Wardlow altogether and just comes out as Fang. At least the character's got some depth. He's not a guy in a suit that I don't care about. He's very corporate bar, it feels like. Like there's nothing about Wardlow that makes me feel like he's got any bit of creative in his body at all. Like he's
Well,
just coming out and being himself. Like that's just like me going out and being like, "Hey, Taylor, I'm glad
can
I'm
I tell
here,
you
right?"
something? American Werewolf in London, Underworld, those are some werewolves. Okay. Jacob from Twilight is not a werewolf.
I
Okay.
mean,
That's all I'm saying.
what? How? I listen. He is a werewolf.
Not a werewolf.
Well, he might not be a tough werewolf, but he's still a werewolf. Also, if we're gonna
Not a
ever
werewolf.
do Team Edward versus Team Jacob, every day of the week.
No.
Um, Edward's a pedophile. He's a 900-year-old pedophile who's just so we're serious. Like he's a 900-year-old hanging out at high schools trying to
Okay.
figure out who. It's
Okay.
weird. It's straight
Okay,
gin.
Jacob imprinted on a 2-year-old. Okay.
It's also creepy. It's also creepy. But I don't know that I've ever seen Jacob pull the R. Kelly move of pulling up next to the high school. Well, let's see what we got here. I'm 900 years old, but what's going on? It's weird. It's weird. Those movies are strange. Why are those
Yes,
movies?
they are.
You
They're
know?
like a car wreck. They're a car wreck. I didn't want to watch them. My wife made me, but it was like a car wreck. I just couldn't turn away.
I won't lie to you. I've seen at least two of them in a theater. I don't know which two they were, but I've seen at
Oh, I
least
didn't
two
see
of
them
them
in
in
the
a theater.
theater. Yeah.
I've seen at least two of them. Whichever one has the bad CGI wolves in it, I think it's the second one. I saw that. It was bad. Not really a good
Yeah.
movie. I think I could probably do a short list of my favorite vampire movies. Interview with the Vampire at number one.
That's a good
I
one.
think thanks to you, I'm going to put Lost Boys at number two.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
going to give you Lost Boys at number two, and then hmm. Oh, I got you. El Santo versus the Vampire. Everybody go check
Okay.
that out. Yep, he's
What
on my
about
arm.
Gangrel and Edge and Brood, Edge and Christian?
I'm into it. Those are cool vampires. Those are cool
Yeah.
vampires. I like those guys from What We Do in the Shadows a lot. If I'm going to make my list of my favorite vampires, those guys get in there too. I don't know if you've watched that show, but
Yeah.
they're all right. They're all right in my book. How did we get talking about vampires?
Because you talking about werewolves and Fang.
Oh, Werewolf and Wardlow. Okay, yeah, for sure though.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody, Team Edward.
Oh, now
No, Team
I'll tell
Jacob.
you.
Sorry,
I'll tell you a good werewolf. Michael J. Fox, Teen Wolf, the original
Teen
movie.
Wolf. Great movie. Did you watch the second one?
No.
I heard it was good. I haven't got to it yet,
Yeah.
but Teen Wolf number one, phenomenal movie. Michael J. Fox, underrated.
Yes.
I feel like he doesn't get enough credit for Back to the Future and Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
We should just do a movie podcast. It seems like it might be easier than slugging our way through tag matches for an hour.
Oh, it ain't slugging. It was good action. Joey Janela. He comes out and JR says, he's hungry. He's hungry.
He is the star of this episode. Without
He's
JR,
young.
I am
He's
so
hungry.
miserable. Also, we haven't discussed, I think we forgot about it because I was trying to get out of talking about those tag matches so hard. Inner Circle's just hanging out. They're just here
Yeah.
all night long.
But it leads up to a segment. He's your
Which is
world
the
champion. So
Which
it
is the
gives
best
you
segment, the best segment of the night. That's the
Yeah.
best thing that happened the entire night. So I'm very fine with it. But for the first two matches, I was like, these guys just hanging out. Like they bought tickets to eat popcorn. What are we doing? I was very
blowing the
confused
air
why they were just
horns.
out there. Yeah, that's funny. See, we could have done that. I like the continuity of them being up there all night. After, like, once the segment happened, I'm like, okay, continuity is good. I'm not mad anymore. But also, every other wrestling show ever would have had them come out at the end of that second tag match and just go hang out up
Um,
there.
are you wanting to go ahead and talk about that segment? Or are you still you
Well, we can finish
Kenny
talking
and
about
Janelle?
Kenny and Janela. So they had a match previous to this. Was it a dark match?
Yes.
I think you sent me the DVD. That's how I've watched it. That match bangs, and
Yeah.
again, we're getting a toned down version of that match. Which it's not that this match was bad. Like Kenny's gonna crush, you know what I mean? And Janela's
Yeah.
an animal, an absolute animal. But like seeing the carnage that they put themselves through on a dark match compared to this just didn't do as much for me as I wanted it to. Plus, at this point, if we're gonna put Janela on TV, he better be doing some shit that I wouldn't want to do.
Right.
Like he better be in a match where he's going through barrels or standing barefoot on tacks. Like I don't know how else to do it. And I hate to do that to Janela, but if I see him, I better see him do some shit that I wouldn't do. And that's my
Right.
rules for Janela. And this was a good match, but it's not what you want from Janela. It's like them giving you a Big Mac without mac sauce. Put that mac sauce
Yeah.
on there, baby. You know what I mean? Like It's not doing much for me. So, all right. So back to the inner circle boys. So they're all hanging out, which is cool. Like popping the bubbly, eating popcorn, eating some jujubes, whatever. It's fine. And Cody comes out, and is everything he says, Jericho's got the air horn. Great
Right.
idea. Jericho's a genius, first of all. Like, this is a wonderful segment. Um, there's so much about this that I like. Uh, but it all
Well,
starts after we get because we were watching it, me and Holly, and we were able to say things like, "God, this is exactly what I want to do every time Cody talks. Every time he speaks, I wish I had an air horn and I was just wherever he was so I could just blow it in his face." Just
yeah,
wonderful. Jericho's just doing all the stuff I want to do. Like that, I think that's why I like him so much. Is because he just does the stuff that I want him to do before I can actually do it. Like, that's perfect. Do that. So he does a lot of the this is coward heel Jericho, right? So he's ready to run away if he has to run away. And
but let's the first thing Cody makes the statement. Unlike the other company, there's no invisible wall here. I can come up there. I love that.
yeah, I do too. I do too. And I honestly like he bores me a lot, but this is more fun than I've seen him in a while. Like this makes me feel a little bit more alive because when he gets to that top of the stairs after they bring out MJF and they bring out DDP and they bring out Dustin Rhodes, all the boys. After they get up there, the wrap of his hand and the punch through the window is such a cool visual spot. Like something
Yeah.
that couldn't have went better if he tried. Like that was an absolutely perfect spot of him being like, okay,
Yeah.
let me have your scarf,
Did
and he punches
did
through the
you
glass, hits
did
Jericho
you
right in the face.
did you see the clip that they didn't show on TV of it?
No.
After he busted it through, he looked down the camera lens and he said, "Cry me a river, real glass."
And that's why him and CM Punk don't get along. That's so funny. So they proceed to just fight everywhere. Well, this is the spot that I wanted to talk. I'm only doing this episode so I can discuss this one JR line that is.
Yeah.
I'm honestly thinking about getting it tattooed on me right now. Like I've been
Okay.
thinking about it since I watched it. He says, "By God, they're gonna." They're, sorry, it's so funny to me. By God, they're destroying the Dippin' Dots.
Yes, the difference.
It's a wonderful way to stay in the moment for JR, where
Yes.
they're destroying the Dippin' Dots. It's just so funny, and it's just honestly the greatest thing you can do.
Well, I've got a line too that later on that really popped me that I thought was good too.
Yeah, he's
But
just
then
serving it all night
and
long. He's serving
and
live.
I love we get the beginning. We've seen this all through AEW is a fight in what's it called, the concourse or whatever, up in the area there.
Yeah, yeah,
They continue to do that. And I love that. They take it
I
out
do
there
too.
and fight. Did you see the
Yeah,
one fan that they had to check on because he was laying down?
no, I missed it.
Yeah, there was some young guy looked like he might be late teen, early 20, and he was going down on the ground and security was over there checking on him. I don't know
Holy
if he
cow, I didn't see that
accidentally
on
got
the.
hit or what.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that again and see if I can catch that because I didn't see that at all, dude. I'm gonna give it an old reprise here in a minute. Yeah, this is everything that I needed. Like the first two matches weren't really my favorite thing in the world, and the Kenny match I liked, but it was fine. But this is really where I was like, okay, now we're in business. We're back to what I
Yeah,
want. Like this is the reason I watch wrestling. This is the kind of segments that make me want to continue to watch wrestling. And I'm sure I've heard a lot of people. I think Mick said it the other night in his AEW promo. He said I kind of was out of wrestling. Like this brought me back. It's the same thing for you. I know that to be
yeah,
true. Where it's like you were kind of done, and then AEW comes out, and you're like, okay, this is what we need. This is the kind of segment that makes me believe in this type of show for the future. Like if I'm in this moment and I'm one of them, you see that and you're like, all right, we got something here.
Yeah.
This is special. So really, really good choice to get Cody moving in a direction that I like him in. Because like I said, it's never been that Cody's terrible. It's just it feels like everybody wants to give him a 5 minute promo. Like his nowadays, it feels like everybody's like, here, take a mic, and it's like the same thing at the end of AEW where they're just giving him too many monologues.
Well,
If he,
it's and I'm not saying this in disparaging way, but I guess in a way it might sound that. But to me, Cody is everyone wants him to be his dad, and he's not.
he's not, and Dustin had to
We
go to the literal end of the earth to get away from that.
right,
Like he
you
had to
know, he had
become the complete opposite of
right,
everything that his dad was to get out of
and
being his dad.
and to me, it's almost like Dale Jr. and Dale Earnhardt.
It never mattered how good Dale Earnhardt Jr. was. And that's a
Right.
really, really fair comparison. It really never matters how good
I
he
mean, he's
he
popular and
was.
people loved him, but he's
Also
not his daddy.
a winner. He's a winner.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
he's
like it's the exact same. That's a really great comparison if you think about it, because Cody at this point has done more in championships than his dad's ever done. I mean,
but that
at this level, I mean, it's debatable, but at this level, you know what I mean? Like he's got the one thing that his dad couldn't get, and he's still never going to be regarded in front of his dad.
right,
There's
right.
no amount of things he can do in his career that anybody is ever going to put him in front of his dad.
And I mean, it's even like, you know, um, and you know, it's I guess the reason I thought about that is because a lot of Dale Jr.'s clips have been showing up in my feed, shorts
Hmm.
for his podcast.
Yeah.
And my favorite ones are when him and somebody else is talking about his dad.
Doesn't he
You
usually
know?
preface it with like, "Hey, I don't really talk about my dad that much. I'm not trying to make
Yeah.
this
But
podcast
there, you
about my
know, he'll
dad."
have these other drivers on and they're telling stories, and those are the ones I want to hear. You
Yeah.
know, I don't
He's
want to.
just doing. I do love that every sport now has athletes that are just doing the wrestling podcast thing now, where they're
Yeah,
just telling backstage stories
yeah.
about whatever sport that they're in. I
So,
really love
so
that.
15 years from now, we're gonna have Bronny James talking about. I don't really want to talk about my dad,
I'm tired of talking about my dad. I don't want to talk
but
about him anymore.
I don't want to talk about my dad.
This is going to be a stupid question from someone that never really watched much NASCAR. His dad died before he was old enough to drive NASCAR, right?
No, no,
Did they
no. He
race
had.
each other?
Yeah. Okay. So Dale Jr. had won the Busch Series, had started, and his dad, who's driving for Richard Childress, started his own team, DEI, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, and he had his son Junior and Michael Waltrip, Darrell Waltrip's little brother,
Yeah.
and the Daytona 500. Michael and Dale Jr. were up front fighting for the lead, two teammates, and Earnhardt come in behind them and was blocking for his two cars. So either his son or his other driver would win. And that's what caused the wreck and caused him to get killed.
Holy cow. Are you kidding me?
No.
That's insane. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, no, him and his son got to race some, you know, some different times, you know,
Do
different
you,
things. And
do you think that
yeah,
there's guilt attached to Dale Earnhardt Jr. for that? Like, do you think he takes a lot of guilt for that? I mean, that's
I don't
obviously like
know.
what you do in the sport. You know what I mean? Like that would be the
Yeah,
right move, but like,
because the finish the story moment uh, that season was when they went back to Daytona the second time for July the 4th weekend. Dale Jr. won that race.
I do
And
not
you,
know if I could race on the same track that my dad died on.
Oh,
That
yeah, he
is,
won. He did good at those super speedways like his dad did, but he went back that summer, and that was the thing because there was controversy because after they win, they're supposed to come down pit road, and immediately they take the car for inspection.
yeah.
Well, he went to the infield grass and spun out the number 3, got out and started jumping up and down on the car. So the
Wow.
conspiracy is the conspiracy theory is his car may have not been legal, but by him jumping up and down on it, it caused anything that they would have said about it. They couldn't have caught it.
Wow. I didn't know that NASCAR was this cool.
Oh, they cheat.
Huh.
Oh, the old guys, there's stories about them cheating that are just great. Those are some of the best stories, hearing these old guys on how they got by with stuff.
Am I going to listen to Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s podcast?
I,
What's it called? What's it called? Do you know what it's called?
well, it's I know his media company's Dirty Mo.
Dirty. Okay. I'll figure it out. I'll
All
Google
you
it
gotta do
later.
is look up. All you gotta do is look up cheating stories, and then you can find a whole bunch of shorts of
I
them
was
guys talking
I
about
was
how
gonna
they
give
used to
him a
cheat.
I was gonna give Dale Earnhardt a quick little shout out on the podcast, but we didn't even know what his podcast is called, so I can't really give him a shout out here because nobody knows what his podcast is called. I'm looking it up. Don't worry. We'll find out shortly. Uh, no, it's not. It's it's. You're right. It's just called the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dirty Mo Media, and he doesn't have a podcast name. You'd think he'd call it like burn the tire, burn the spin the tires or something. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah,
know. Burn the tires. I don't know anything about cars or whatever.
but yeah,
But anyway,
that.
so that's
But yeah,
insane, dude.
Dale Jr. is Cody Rhodes is Dale Jr. They'll
I
never live up to his daddy.
I can't get over the idea of him blocking for his son and his other driver and that
Yeah,
causing his death. Like it's just
and
something I had no idea.
yeah,
I
and
got
here's
this while we're Dale
the other
Earnhardting, I
interesting.
got this clock. Let's check out this clock I got from a yard sale the other day. It's on the wall, so it's an easy pull.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't
Um,
I like the idea of him, but I'm a poser.
the other thing was that Michael Waltrip.
Yeah.
He had not won a race in 400 and some races, and that race that Dale blocked for him was his first ever victory.
Wow. Man. See, that is I don't know that I could honestly, it's not a skill thing. I don't think I'd have the skill to do it either, but I don't think that I could really like that's so dangerous. Like it feels like I would never stop thinking about how dangerous it is to get in a car and go 200 miles while other people are also going 200 miles at the same time. Like how many people get seriously injured in
Oh, a
NASCAR
lot.
versus like wrestling where almost everyone leaves with a messed up back.
Well, and see, the other thing was Dale Earnhardt knew how to manipulate the media. When Jeff Gordon come in and started winning, he started talking junk about him, and it caused controversy. And Earnhardt fans couldn't stand Gordon fans, and Gordon fans couldn't stand them. And Jeff Gordon said years later, he said, I was young and naive, and Dale was playing it up because he drove up merchandise sales.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
knew
For sure.
controversy would drive up sales.
He also
And
knew his character so well, like
well,
from the hats to
he
the
said in an
sunglasses.
interview,
Like,
he said in an interview one time, he said, you are either going to love me or hate me, but you will feel something about me.
if that's
And
not a quote from a wrestler, I don't know what is. Like, that is
that's what I'm
the
saying.
most. Every wrestler, when they're training, should listen to that quote over and over and over
Yeah.
again. Like, I can't stress enough all the people in this episode specifically that I've said are kind of void charisma. Like, there is something that just doesn't click for me with this wrestler, it's all on the same thing. Like those guys, when I turn this episode off, I'm not going to think about those guys at all. Like I'm not. There's no part of me that's going to think about Private Party once I turn this episode off. And they should just listen to that quote over and over again. Like there better be a way that when I turn this episode off of AEW that I think about you. Otherwise, you're
Yeah.
not doing something right. Like there's something you're
Right.
doing wrong. And even if we look at the current landscape of AEW, like you look at the wrestlers that really, really stand out, and it's because every week they do stuff where you're like, damn, that was cool. Like we talked
Well,
earlier about that Tekla promo of her coming down the
yeah.
stairs. Like there's
Well,
something every week that she does where I think, geez, man, that was so damn cool, dude. Like,
so let's go ahead and go a little bit further. What AEW is trying to do, obviously, they see the potential in her home city. The presentation they gave for Britt Baker.
Britt Baker, right? Yeah, that's definitely
You
push that
know,
character, throw the
they were
fucking tooth
pushing the
on the back of
character.
the
You know,
robe. Yeah,
letting you know the backstory that not only is she a wrestler, she went to dental school and become a dentist. This whole doctor
yeah,
thing is not. It's not Isaac Yankem
yeah.
came from.
He had
Uh,
JR had a really, really funny line in this one too. Like every match, he has a line where I'm just like, that was really funny. She's beating up Jamie Hayter, and he goes, "She's 5'2". She's a dentist." He goes, "She can't figure anything else out about her." It's just, it's so funny. Like he's just rattling off gyms left and right. This is like why I have such a problem with Jamie Hayter now is because this she was so damn good as a heel. Like from the
yeah.
moment she stepped out, I was dude, she's born to be a heel. Like
Yeah.
this just get her back into heel form and she will again be on my good list. It's not about ability. It's not about anything other than the fact that I think she's annoying as a face.
Okay,
Like,
so what is it? June the what? What today?
the fourth.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a prediction. Brawling Birds win the tag titles. Eventually, end of the year, they'll lose them. Jamie Hayter turns on Windsor and goes back to heel by the end of the year. And there you go.
That's actually a really, really fun feud too, because Alex is really, really developing, into a really, really good face right before our eyes, and figuring it out and getting better every week. Like wrestlers that improve are something that I can really, really, really respect. Like we
Well,
just talked at nausea, me and Holly, about Liv Morgan because someone said I saw some hater online talking about how she's terrible at everything, and I'm like, dude, she has gotten so much better. Same with
right.
Alex Windsor. In 3 months, she has gotten
Did
marketably better. Like,
did you see Alex Windsor do her best Seth Rollins Wednesday night on Dynamite?
yeah, yeah,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
yeah. Tell the spot. Talk about the spot. Tell about it.
No, I ain't talking about the spot. I'm talking about her entrance.
Oh, I didn't see it at all.
Yeah, you know how Seth used to go into Becky's closet and steal her clothes?
Yeah.
It looked like Alex had on one of Will's robes.
She's doing her husband's stick now. I like it.
Well, she had the green. It was green, and it looked all feathery like something Will had wore. And I got to thinking, well, Steph used to do that to Becky. I could have sworn he got into her closet and got some of her clothes out.
Mercedes stole all of my attention. Every bit of my attention went to Mercedes. That entire match, all of my attention was Mercedes. She's so man, dude. Something about the return of the CEO, dude, just makes me so happy. She's
All
so
right,
necessary.
can we do it for the fans? Can we
Yeah,
do it?
CEO. CEO. You know, I'm just gonna unfairly clip you and just take myself out of it.
Oh, am I getting a short out of this?
That's the CEO of this podcast, Ted. From Ted's Takes on Wrestling. Subscribe if you haven't already. So
That's right.
like Jamie Hayter though, way better as a heel. I think we both can
Yeah.
agree she's a much better heel. And it's never been that she's bad. It's always been that she's boring when she's a face, and I stopped caring about her completely because there's no meat on that rib. Then we get to the last match of the night, which is Moxley and Pac. E- Everything that you want out of this is what you get. I think
Yeah.
that we can just say that every time that John Moxley and Pac get together, it's worth. Honestly, Pac never passes up a chance to show out. I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever watched a Pac match and been disappointed in the entirety of AEW. Every time he touches a ring, he's phenomenal, man. Like, get those. Was it a visa issue for him? Yeah,
Yep.
that he didn't come. So break that visa issue off, and he is in a completely different stratosphere as a wrestler right now. He's I I can't say
Well,
enough. Like, it's just incredible the things he can do at his size.
that was
Just
the
blows me
one
away.
line that really got me was he comes through the ropes on Moxley, Excalibur, Tope Suicida. And then Tony Schiavone out of nowhere says, I love the Tope Suicida. He said, I really do. And I'm like, Schiavone. I'm like, I can see you just got back into wrestling because nobody in Jim Crockett was doing the Tope Suicidas. So he's like, I love the Tope Suicida.
Also, the least helpful thing he could have said in the history of commentating, like that did nothing for anybody. It's just being like, "Oh, I like that. Cool. Me too. Thanks for your input, Tony. We appreciate it." I
Well,
think
I like
what
he
he
said
got me once too in this. He got me in this match too. He goes, "He really is a bastard."
and the funny part was when on his podcast he said when he first got to AEW and like when him and uh, what was he doing? Some of these stuff he was doing, and I guess um, Excalibur wasn't there. It might have been when they first started Rampage or something. And he said they're doing all these moves, and I don't know the names of them. And Excalibur would still be backstage or whatever and be in my ear and feeding me the names of these things I was trying to pronounce. You know, he said, I've
I
learned them
can't.
now, but he said, I didn't know what the names of some of these things were.
I can't wait to get to the point where we get to do that and we get to mock him aimlessly for saying the wrong thing. Like I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. It's just the most exciting thing to me. We're chugging like right along here, though. I mean, we got to be getting close to a pay-per-view pretty soon, I think.
Yes, yes.
So we're on
And
the
and the match, something that again that you hadn't seen in WWE in a long time, and they've used them sporadically. But I think AEW has done a good job when they do use them. Is the time limit draw?
yeah, for sure, for sure.
You know,
Something I don't think I'd also seen is when the time limit draw happens, Moxley getting so mad that he attacks the ref. Not a
yeah,
very common thing for someone to do. It's usually shock and awe. You know what I mean? Lay
yeah.
around and be upset. He went after that ref. He said, "How's this
Speaking
time
of
limit draw?"
speaking of going after a ref, on my channel right now is a new short where the referee had a bad day. You might want to check it out on Ted's Takes and Wrestling.
Go, 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 go fast. Go to Ted's Takes on Wrestling. It's in the bottom of the screen right now. Click it. Find the link. I'll get you there. I'm going to put you a link there at the bottom so everybody can see it. But yeah, so like I said, let's get to our ratings. Let's finish this bad boy out. Um, I do not, I do not think this was the best episode of Dynamite ever. Like I think we've had better
No,
that we reviewed in the first four. Um,
but I personally liked it better than last week.
Last week I think I gave it a C. Or so I don't know anymore. I'm just guessing.
And I
Um,
think I gave it a B minus, so I'll go B plus.
I'll go C plus. I'll go one up from last week. I'll go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt because that Cody segment was so good. And then JR's they're destroying or they're going to destroy
The Dippin' Dots.
the Dippin'. They're going to they're by God they're destroying the Dippin' Dots. Worth every penny. Worth the 2 hours of me watching this. All for that right there. I'll probably throw that clip at the end just so everybody can see JR and his wonderful splendor. Um, Thank you guys again for watching. See you next week. We're going to be doing episode 5. More to talk about. Go support Ted. Where are they at, Ted? Ted's Takes on Wrestling, YouTube, everywhere, you know.
YouTube,
So,
that's it. YouTube,
oh,
maybe
well,
Pinterest.
YouTube, that's it. I've
That's
got
it.
YouTube, TikTok. Go find me. There'll be stuff coming out all the time. So keep looking. Thanks.
Aren't
Peace.
you on? Aren't you on Rumble?
Let's rumble.
That's that thing everybody from Fox News and Sean Hannity's on. Rumble.
Oh no, I'm not on Rumble and I'm not on Threads. No matter what anybody says about me, I'm not Sean Hannity and I'm not Tucker Carlson. It's like, yeah.